I am not okay in a very good skincare kind of way. I love inexpensive skincare. If you're looking to have fun and experiment with new ingredients, we shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg or, the going rate of 1 kidney on the black market. Now, should we? That being said, there haven't historically been a whole bunch of skincare products available at the drugstore in the masses at affordable prices, and I'm talking like $15 and under. But in literally the past month alone, multiple things have come to my attention, and I don't know how to feel about it. For example, E.l.f. Cosmetics, eyes, lips, and face, like the $1, $5 makeup, yeah? They launched skincare, and they have some that's fragrance-free, and they have some with SPF. Oh my God, when I tell you I did not walk, I ran. I almost tripped. Like a little holiday elf just running and face planting. That was me, only without the faceplant. Thank goodness. Still looking okay. We're also doing an update on Boots, which again, a UK, I feel like they're like a drugstore, is now in Target here with single ingredient Boots skincare ingredients type stuff, and K-Beauty is in CVS, specifically Frudia, one of the lines that I have loved for over a year now. How come nobody told me this was in CVS? I've been purchasing it from Korea, and I've been waiting like 14 to 28 days for this stuff to get shipped across the ocean to me, and that's if I pay for expedited shipping. Why did nobody tell me this? Let's talk about what the is going on and what this means for our beautiful, wonderful epidermises. Epidermises? Epidermises? Our corneocytes. E.l.f. Cosmetics. Boy, do I have a story about E.l.f. So first off, I love E.l.f. They have been one of my favorite inexpensive, affordable makeup lines for literally the past 10 years. I've loved a lot of their stuff, and a lot of their green color correcting products were some of the first that I used back when color correcting became like a thing for acne. Well, they launched skincare, and it's actually got good ingredients such as hyaluronic acid and ceramides and peptides, and they're all under $15. $12 for a good amount of sunscreen with great ingredients, $10 for some hydrators. I guess they have some products that have been around for a little while, such as the cleanser, as well as this Holy Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm that I just didn't know about. I very well know that the skin, on average, takes 28 days for a full cellular cycle, cellular turnover, and I am constantly teaching people, do not switch up your products too quickly because you will not know how they work and if something irritates you or if something benefits you. And guess what I've been doing? Exactly what I tell other people not to do. I'm switching up my products because it's really hard and I love them all. And I do test on different areas of my body, for instance, my chest, my back, my face, etc. I have been attempting to isolate my variables, but I have not been practicing what I preach, and I feel that's important to call out. Either way, I've got some experimenting to do when it comes to these products, but holy hydration, have I been loving these. Sunscreen, hydrators, let's start here. This is a hydrogel moisturizer. Now, does that sound familiar to you? We know that there is a Hydro Boost product that many people love that is unfortunately not cruelty-free, and although it is a great brand that many doctors and dermatologists love and recommend, it is not one that I personally like. I kid you not. Open up the webpage and literally read the ingredients with me. Let's learn to turn and learn our ingredient lists. Let's learn together, and let's appreciate the biology of our beauty, the chemistry of our cosmetics, the fabulousness of our face. When did I become this person? I don't know, but this is who I am now. Who is this? Somebody talks like this. Is this Elizabeth Holmes? Is this the Elizabeth Holmes voice? I certainly hope. Now, this is the girl on TikTok, I believe.
You cannot eat this kind of Slurpee because this Slurpee has Tukey juices in it.
Before we got to here, where were we previously? Remind me. Ingredient lists. This hydrogel moisturizer has hyaluronic acid as well as peptides, but boy, have I been loving this. And keep in mind, my skin type is oily and acne prone. I have been having little dry patches here and there, especially when I have an eczema or psoriasis flare, but those usually happen on my body, not on my face. That being said, this is a really nice hydrator if you want something that actually infuses moisture into the skin. The first ingredient is water, our universal solvent. It also has glycerin, very soothing, but this has multiple types of ceramides as well as multiple peptides, and of course that hyaluronic acid. I find that for my skin, this is really good during the day. Oh, it also has jojoba, which my skin freaking loves. This is really good just on its own during the day, but I would say that if you are dry, you could actually use this as an extra kind of boost underneath a really thick moisturizer at night. I really like this, and I understand that it does have kind of a color to it. I'm probably going to have to compare this next to the Neutrogena moisturizer. However, I don't buy products that are not cruelty-free, so I'm gonna have to find someone who already has it who will let me do a little swatchy, and then I'm gonna try to take out my bias, but there is implicit bias because I am human. If you are looking for a hydrogel moisturizer, this is either 10 or 12 bucks. This is really, really good. Like e.l.f. blew away my expectations with this one. And again, I use this on its own, but you could also use it under this, especially if you have dry skin for winter. This is the sleeping mask, the Holy Hydration Sleeping Mask from e.l.f. Skin, and it also has hyaluronic acid, peptides, and really skin-loving ingredients. This has ceramide EOP as well as soluble collagen from a vegan source. Now, collagen is, as you know, the most abundant protein in our bodies. It's what makes up the majority of our dermis as well. And collagen, when it degrades, is what gives us fine lines and wrinkles. And we want hydration, we want collagen, we want skin support, right? Now, applying collagen topically is not going to magically make your skin have more collagen. However, collagen is an amazing moisturizer, a humectant, a hydrator, because it has this ability to draw water closer to the skin and keep it healthy and happy there. Now, this product does have fragrance in it. I found that some of the e.l.f. products do and some do not. I don't know if they make a version of each, but either way, this Holy Hydration little sleep mask is so good. Now, I am oily prone. I would personally not use this during the day. This is way too thick for me. It's like buttercream. Now, if you are dry, this would be actually a really great day moisturizer. But for me, I do like a thick moisturizer at night. It's when I can get away with it. And then in the morning when I wash my face just with water and apply my vitamin C and my sunscreen, my skincare goes on really well and my skin just feels supported. And if you have a damaged skin barrier and you're not sensitive to fragrance, this is an absolutely lovely formula. I feel like this is comparable and in the same family as the Pacifica vegan sleeping mask and then the, the Dear Claire's Rich Moist Soothing Cream. It's not a mousse cream. I mean, I'm sure a mousse could use a cream. A meese? What is the plural of mousse? Mousses. Meese. Moose. Did you know that? If you didn't, now you do. Did you know that moose are actually very dangerous animals because they sometimes get in the way of traffic in Alaska and they can be very aggressive, especially if it's mating season? Facts you didn't think you needed to know that you now know from a random vegan who applies way too much skincare on a regular basis. Moose skincare aside, this is really, really great, but it does not compare to the sunscreen. You guys, e.l.f. made a sunscreen and it's under $15. It's a lot and it's actually really good. Now, this is an organic sunscreen, meaning that it does have these chemical filters that are based on carbon. If you do have super sensitive skin or open acne lesions, this might not be the best for you, but my God, this is legit invisible. When I first got this, I put it on my skin and I like rubbed it in. It rubbed in completely, like no questions asked. Look at that. There is no Karen at this grocery store. She does not want to speak to the manager because the manager has disappeared. Look at this. It is literally invisible. This is potentially one of the best invisible drugstore sunscreens that I have ever picked up. And it is an SPF 30. It actually reminds me a bit of the Black Girl sunscreen. But to be honest, Black Girl sunscreen is a bit more jojoba oily. It has a lot of nourishing oils. This is more of a lightweight version. I love the Black Girl sunscreen if I'm trying to look like a dewy, glowy James Welsh. But on my oily days, that is not necessarily something I'm going for. And this feels like a lightweight version of that. It's completely invisible. I absolutely love this. And what's great about it is that it's not just sunscreen. It's literally a moisturizer with sun beneficial ingredients. I am obsessed. Specifically, this formula has niacinamide, it has different peptides, and yes, hyaluronic acid. This does have fragrance, so keep that in mind if you are sensitive, but I think it's like 12 bucks. I love this so far. I need to use it more. I need to make sure it's not gonna break me out. I don't see anything on the ingredients list that would point to that for my skin, but I have to try it and isolate my variables to find out, and this bitch has not been doing that. You know what she has been doing? She's been buying the freaking eye cream. This is the eye cream, the Holy Hydration eye cream, and you know what? When I look at the ingredients, I'm like, bitch, you are a little overpriced moisturizer. That is literally what you are. You are a moisturizer in a tiny little tube that they want to mark up the price on, but you know what? This is something that I might actually be able to get behind. Do we know why? Because yes, the ingredients are pretty much a moisturizer, but for the price, you can actually afford to put this all over your face if you wanted to. And when I compare the texture of this to the sunscreen or to their other moisturizer, it does have a slightly different texture and I feel like it pills up a little bit less. Now don't get me wrong, the other products aren't pilly, but I feel like this one is really lightweight. And when you think about it, e.l.f., to me, they are a makeup brand and they started out as that. So it would make sense to launch a skin support product that goes well under makeup. So you know what? For the price of this, I am not mad. Like, I feel like we need two two different categories for eye creams. We need ridiculous bullshit, I'm gonna eat your money La Mer. And then we need the, yes, I'm technically labeled as an eye cream, but I'm actually inexpensive and effective, and you could put me all over your face. Because that's kind of where this falls. This does have jojoba esters, which is probably why I love it. It does have peptides, and it does have that hyaluronic acid. And do I recommend it? No. But do I hate it? No. I would just say put this all over your face, or use this if you want a different texture here than you do here. I do still need to try the cleanser. I want to try the double cleanse with this, but the entire line is about this holy hydration and really infusing moisture into the skin in a way that's not like overbearing or over goopy, and I really, really love it. And these hyaluronic acid products, I actually found them to be different than the Boots ones. These are from Boots Ingredients. I found these in Target, and I kind of had a field day. These Boots ingredients have been really good. And again, the only one that I haven't tried here is the cleanser, but I have actually had some interesting experiences with the AHA serum as well as the hyaluronic acid ones. So let's start with the hyaluronic acid ones. These are really good. They have a hyaluronic acid serum, a hyaluronic acid moisturizer, and a hyaluronic acid mask. Now, I do appreciate these. I've been using them on like my chesticles and my shoulders, and I like that they don't ball up terribly, but do I feel like you need the hyaluronic acid moisturizer and the mask? Honestly, I feel like you could just choose one. If you want something that's more lightweight, I would go with the moisturizer. And then if you want something that you could use overnight or that you want like a thicker moisturizer, I would use the sleep mask. I don't feel like you need all three, but I feel like if you are interested in hyaluronic acid and you want to try something that's inexpensive, this is a really good way to try out different textures and formulas at a lower price. Now, I find these hyaluronic acid products to almost be, I don't want to call them thicker because they actually have a thinner consistency, but they feel weightier on the skin, if that makes sense. It almost feels like you have this and it's kind of being locked into your pores. Boots Ingredients is actually reminding me a lot of The Ordinary and the Inkey List. You know, they're kind of simple ingredient things, they're inexpensive, they're effective, and I believe that most of these, if not all of these, I believe, are fragrance-free. They have very basic ingredient lists with, you know, a key ingredient, and they don't seem to cause a lot of irritation to the skin, which I like. Now, the hyaluronic acid ones are good, but you know what's even better? They have the glycolic acid toner, and they have some AHAs, and you know how I love me some retinol and AHAs. This right here, AHA serum, this is probably one of my favorites from the entire Boots line so far. Oh no, sticky fingers. Sticky fingers cannot open product. Open sesame. I don't want to use my teeth because then I'll bust them open and my dentist will get mad at me again. Got it. Hee hee. This AHA serum is so nice to my skin and my face. This AHA serum has glycolic and lactic acids, two of those AHAs that we love, and I actually find this to be really gentle on the skin to the point that this is an AHA serum you can actually use during the day. Do you need to cover it up with a sunscreen? Absolutely. But if you are looking for an exfoliator that, you know, kind of hydrates, it doesn't dry out the skin, it actually works to exfoliate the skin and give it a glow, as long as you're not using other exfoliants in your routine, you could actually use this during the day. It is super gentle, super effective. I'm pretty sure it's fragrance-free as well. Yes, it is completely fragrance-free. It does have a grapeseed extract, but that's different and it might have some antioxidant properties. This is really, really phenomenal and I love it. Now, they also have a vitamin C and niacinamide. I need to try these a little bit more. They also have this retinol, and I will say this retinol so far has not been my favorite. If you're looking for an inexpensive retinol, it could be good. Oh no, sticky fingers. I don't feel like it's as potent, or my skin doesn't like it as much as the Ordinaries or even the Inkey List's retinol. The Inkey List retinol is thicker. It's more like a moisturizer. This is definitely more of a serum. But when I think of this, when I use this, I compare it to, whoa, just throwing some retinol all over myself. When I use this, I compare it to the Ordinary's Grand Active Retinoid, and I just have a love affair with that product. Although this one is good, it doesn't necessarily come close. But if you don't like the oiliness of some of the Ordinary's products, I would still recommend the Grand Active Retinoid, but you could try this one, or if for some reason it's sold out or you can't get it or the price is different, this is a really, really good one. Boots Ingredients, like, they're meant to be simple. They're a drugstore in the UK, and like now they're here and in Target. I am really liking what's happening. And they also have some of these other products, as mentioned, I need to try out further. They have the Squalane Cleanser. I'm sitting on it somewhere. Where did it go? Here it is, the Squalane Cleanser. I actually am working to compare this directly to the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser because I feel like the packaging is similar, ingredients, you know, are kind of have a little bit of crossover. but that is for a future video. Freaking CVS. Do you guys remember when I discovered this line? I got this off of Stylevana, and I waited for this to be shipped across the ocean to land in my pores where they were kindly and willingly absorbed. But oh my god, this Frudia line, yes, it is fragrancy. This is for someone who wants to have fun with their skincare, but holy shit, I fell in love with the line. I love their toners, I love the scents, I love what they do to my skin. Their sunscreen is one of my favorites, and I got my cousin hooked on these. She will not stop buying them. They're like $9. This feels amazing. It's a broad spectrum sunscreen, SPF 50. We go on camping adventures, and she literally will not use anything other than this. We're also running a marathon for her birthday, which is gonna be really exciting. Ask me, you know, in 3 weeks how that goes. We're running 26 on her 26th. Cute, right? I haven't ran in like 2 years because of the freaking panorama that we're in. Wish me luck. And pray for my future blisters. Anyways, I should be running my ass over to CVS because apparently these are in CVS and apparently they've been there for a while. I'm like, why have I been waiting for like 28-day shipping when these things are literally at drugstores like down the street? What the fuck? I don't know which drugstores they're at, and I feel like they're not at all of them, but some of you were tweeting me pictures and I saw that yes, these are at CVS, and specifically the sunscreen and the sheet masks. The sheet masks are good. I love the little pots, the little moisturizers. They're very tiny, so they're very travel friendly. That's how I used the grape one, the avocado one, the blueberry one, the pomegranate one. I absolutely love those. They're like a really fun way to test and try, but I did use them all up, and now I need more if I can actually handle trying this many things on my face. So I need to go get refills from the drugstore. But Frudia is all about having like a fruity day. They have this extraction process where they use mainly fruit compounds and fruit waters. So they're packed with antioxidants. Yes, they do have fragrances, so be aware of that. But overall, I have absolutely fallen in love with these products. I love them so much. This was actually probably my least favorite. This was the pomegranate cream in mist. I wanted to love this. I tried it out. It ended up going in my car, and I use it as like a semi-deodorant. If I'm like really stinky, I'll just spray it under my armpits. It just ended up not being my favorite, but this is one of my ride or dies. A tried and true, literally ride or die, like riding in the camper with my casino, and don't die. Please don't die. But very, very tried and true. She's a ride or die, and so is this. No wonder they like each other. Anyways, the Frudia avocado toner, this as well is so good. My only kind of quibble with it, is that a word? My only issue with it is that sometimes it's kind of hard to get the product out of the bottle and recycled type bottle, but it's very, very thick. And because of that, it's kind of hard to get out. So you kind of gotta squeeze it, or you gotta store it upside down if you're getting to the end of it. But this was, I think, one of my first K-beauty essences. And it's one of these products that goes from a cream to a literal liquid. My skin fell in love with this. I am obsessed, and I am so excited that Frudia is literally at CVS. Why did nobody tell me? Again, I'm not okay. As you can probably tell, the brain cells, they are firing, and the prefrontal cortex is not keeping it under control the way it should be. I'm not okay. In a very good, very excited, drugstore available and happily caffeinated kind of way, which I'm just saying. If you have a friend that needs to try skincare, but they don't like the big prices that they see on the La Mer creams or the big fancy bottles, send this video to them so they can start to learn about ingredients without breaking the bank. And you as well, if there is something here that interests you, I want to know about it. And seeing as I do have a couple more of these products to test and try out, which ones should I prioritize first? Let me know, because again, comment section, basically a big request box. Did you know that we also do email requests now? We actually have another esthetician other than myself who has recently joined to the team, and she helps those who are struggling with their skin. And honestly, I am so happy with the team that we get to work with. You have no idea. I love Mondays. They're like my favorite day of the week because I get to go to work with everybody. That right there is something I never thought I would say. But you know what? Something else I never thought I would say is that I'm glad that I went through acne because of what it taught me. And without my acne, I wouldn't have learned to love and appreciate my skin, wouldn't have learned how to clear it, wouldn't have gotten passionate about skincare ingredients and how they work, and I wouldn't be here sitting on the floor covered in moisturizer with you. So if you haven't joined the community, feel free to. If you haven't sent this to a friend, let them know that it does get better. And always remember to be beautiful, both inside and out. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.